Okay, what's up, folks? I'm doing a little bit of an experiment here, a little out of band stream, just to test some things out and have a little fun in the lead up to the other things that I plan to do with the streams soon. I'm trying to see if the music stopped. Also, it looks like my stream is hitching a little bit. Let me know if you have trouble seeing the stream, if it is kind of jerky or anything weird like that. Hello, Gun. Just trying to get things set up here. Trying to get the stream chat on the screen. And it seems I'm running. Okay, so I pulled my Geeks channels on my other machine, and I made the mistake of doing that a couple hours ago. And now when I try to run my stream chat plugin, it's basically okay. Finally, it's starting to load. Let me see if I can get it loaded up here. Video capture device. That thing needs to go away. Okay, let's get rid of that. And then stream chat, refresh. Should be good to go on that now. Let's see, I can't tell how many viewers we have at the moment. Sorry, just 1 second. Just like I said, I'm just experimenting a little bit, and I'm trying to get things worked out here. Okay, we got 12 people watching on YouTube. Cool. And Twitch. Okay. All right. Cool. Zoli says, specs of the laptop that you're installing on now. This is a Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Nano Gen 1. I don't know the exact specifications, but it's something that you can certainly look up and see. But it is a modern laptop that requires the full Linux kernel. So we'll be using the non-Geeks installation ISO for that. Okay. I think everything is running now. So let me see which screen I'm going to stare at this time. Okay. Let me actually go to the studio page. Okay. All right, here we go. That's better. So, okay. The point of today's stream is just to experiment with what I'll be doing on a regular basis on the upcoming regular System Crafters live streams. I don't really have a lot of patience when it comes to things like this. I just wanted to kind of go ahead and try something. So today is going to be like the first little experiment, but we're going to do some stuff on the stream. So it's not like just a blowaway stream. This is a real stream. But it's different than the Friday streams because we're focused purely on working on various different projects. The first one today being just reinstalling Geeks on my main laptop. So I think I think that should be interesting to see. I'm going to see if I can like structure it in a way where I can cut it up and make it into a video, because it might be interesting for people to see me install Guix on my own laptop using manual installation approach with an existing configuration, just as something, you know, to show how it works. So, you know, might be cool as a video for the channel. Pavel in the chat says, do you see a possibility of Guix and Nix merging back together? No, I doubt it. Maybe having the two languages interrupt somehow? Probably not. And the reason why I say that is that the goals of the two projects are different enough that I don't see why they would try to rejoin. You know, different languages, different goals. I don't see it happening. If anybody in the IRC side can say something in the System Corruptors live channel, let me see if the overlay is working. Hello, Jabo. Thank you. And Leonix, I don't exactly know how you pronounce your name, but you know, the typical thing around here. I don't know how to pronounce names, so I just try my best, and then I get it wrong, and then we laugh about it and we move on. I should probably put the link to the IRC chat in the description of the streams whenever I start them. So let's see. I'm trying to decide how I want to launch into this. So I'll tell you the sort of summary of what we're going to do before I start working on the first thing, because I want you to know. So like I said, we're going to be installing GNU Guix again on my main machine. I had installed Void Linux on it recently, and I had fun with that. But I don't know, like just something yesterday just made me think, you know, I should just install Guix again, because I feel very comfortable using it, and I felt like I was missing things, and I don't want to go through the pain of necessarily having to package it for Void just to use it. So I'm just going to install Guix again. So that should be fun. But after I get Guix installed, which I don't think should take that long, let's brick this crap top, Trev says. Yeah, we're going to brick it for sure. After I get Guix reinstalled, I want to start looking into some things that are necessary for the streams going forward. I'm trying to get a better integration with Stream Chat from the various platforms into one interface that shows up on the stream. So the chat widget that you see on the screen right now, I want to get YouTube, Twitch, and IRC all together on there. And there's two ways to approach that. One is to use the APIs for the various streaming services to connect. I mean, I guess I was bridging Twitch already. We could fix that. But bridging YouTube in is tricky, because the YouTube live chat APIs are quota-based, and the quotas that are given to a developer account by default are too low to pull for chat messages even during 1-2 hour stream. So it's not very feasible for me to do that unless I go, you know, ask Google, hey, can you like bump up my quota? I don't know if they're going to be motivated to do that. So the way to solve that problem is approach number 2, which is to find a way to load up the chat widget for the YouTube stream and scrape the actual incoming text chat, and then take that text chat and put it into my overlay. I guess option number 3 would be to just use their pop-up or whatever, but I don't want to do that, because I want to actually integrate people from the community into the chat in a more seamless way. And if I have to like pull in chat from multiple places using different UIs, then it's not going to work too well. Gun says, wasn't that the machine running Void Linux that you tried to create a Guix package for? Yes. I'm paving that one and going back to Guix. There's lots we can do with Guix, and I'm gonna go back to it. I mean, like my other machine that's actually driving the stream right now is running Guix, so it's not like I remove Guix from everything. But the main machine that I use every day, I kind of felt like I was missing stuff that I'm familiar with, so I wanted to get that back in. So that's the goal for now, but depending on what time we have, we may do other things. These streams will basically just be me hacking on projects and whatever is sort of relevant for the channel and the community or the projects I'm interested in at the moment. So it should be pretty fun, I think. Gun says, so Guix is an OS, not a mere package manager. That's right. I'm gonna reinstall Guix system again. Print up debugging says putting the chat in some text file, and from there you could add it to the on screen. I mean, not exactly. Not exactly. There'll be like a sort of an internal API that is pushing messages between things. All right. So now I'm going to re-explain the Guix installation thing because, like I said, I'm going to try to put this into a video. So I might try to see if I can clip this up a little bit and reuse it if it works. I was going to do that with another stream recently too, and I just haven't gotten back to it yet. So I just need a little bit more time to put these plans into motion, which is sort of what we're trying to do now. Okay, so today what we're going to do is remove Void Linux from my main laptop and reinstall Guix system in its place. I had a lot of fun using Void Linux on my main machine just to try it out and see how it can work as a daily driver. And as you can see here on the screen, it's been working fine. Like I think I've used it in 2 streams now. This may be the 3rd, basically, but I was able to get my basically exact configuration working again in Void. But I don't know, just something sort of started to eat at me a little bit. Like I felt like I wasn't in my natural, comfortable environment. The other day or yesterday, I was trying to install a package, and I started trying to load up the Guix Emacs package to get the package listing and search for a package. And I just realized how acclimated I am to using Guix on my machine. And there's other things that I kind of want to start working on Guix related as well. So I just felt like maybe it's better to go back to having Guix system on my main machine. So the goal of this stream or this video is to take the non-Guix installation ISO, which I've already burned to a USB stick, and then reboot this machine, go through a full manual installation, and then see if I can get my old, quote unquote old, my existing Guix configuration reapplied to the machine and see how long it takes to get everything set back up again. And we're gonna try to do a full disk encryption. I might try a new thing where I use a key file so that I don't have to put in my passphrase for my encrypted partition twice, or my encrypted volume twice. So that might come after I get the installation done, because I don't really want to get things choked up too much in the meantime. Kirkwood says, is there a way to participate in chat without going through YouTube? Use IRC. Go to the Systemcrafters live channel on Libra chat, irc.libra.chat. Bonley says, what are the shell you're using? I'm using eShell. Okay, so the first step to getting getting Guix reinstalled, but before I start that, I really hope I backed up everything correctly. I did back up a lot of stuff today, so hopefully I don't lose anything in this process, but yeah, we'll see what happens. The first step is to just restart, because I've already got the USB stick for the non-Guix installation ISO set up in my machine. So let's just go ahead and back out of here. We'll see if this shows up anymore. Okay, cool. So it actually does. Oh, I forgot. I had that logging directly in. So let me go to another TTY. 1 second. So sudo login control power off. Is that it? All right, no signal. The ominous no signal. Booting it back up now. This could be a complete disaster, so we'll see how it goes. Video's buffering. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. I don't know if there's an issue with my internet or if it's my wife's on a video call. Oh, I should have hit the F12 key. Okay, booting up into the Guix installation image. Let's see if it actually shows the screen. If it doesn't, then we got a problem because you won't be able to see what I'm doing. Maybe it will as soon as it starts doing the mode setting. Oh, there it goes. Great. Let's see. Is it going to start? Excellent. All right, good. So I don't know if the font is big enough, but at least we're here. So here we are in the Guix installer, the graphical installer. What I'm going to do is just go through this far enough just to get Wi-Fi connected. Let's see, graphical install. What? I don't think that's right, is it? That's not right. Let's see, Europe, Athens, okay. English US. Greek, please. Greeks. Okay. Font looks amazing. Does it? Okay, so English. That's fine. Get me to the Wi-Fi. Okay, scan. There we go. Okay. Now, if I get the Wi-Fi connected and I can jump out and ping something, then we'll be in good shape. I think it worked. Okay. So now let me switch over to the other side. Hopefully this shows up correctly. Okay. So now we've got the, how can I exit this? Is this, oh, it's the info system. Let's quit. Can I not quit? Apparently they have that TTY locked to the info viewer. This font is extremely small too. I don't know if I can make it any bigger here. So ping google.com. Okay, so we've got internet, which is good. And that's because I'm using the 9Guix image that has the full drivers on it. Yes, I know, Yash, that they're telling me that I have 9 free hardware, but I've got an image that has the drivers on it, so it's not really a thing that I need to worry about. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to consult my own documentation. Let me check my installation guide. So system crafters Guix install. And let me see. You can't see my screen right now, but I'm scrolling through. I'm just trying to see. Okay, so did I? Maybe I should use the graphical installer just for the partitioning phase, and then I can do the rest myself. But let me check the installation manual for Guix as well. Manual installation, keyboard layout, blah, blah, blah. Networking and partitioning. So partitioning is a thing that we need. We need to delete the existing partitions that I have and create new ones from scratch. So let me see. So we got CF disk here. Let me just go with CF disk. And so I use GPT. If you want to use the FE-based Grub, all right, so let's just run CF disk here. I don't know why it's black screen. It's strange that it doesn't show me anything. What is going on here? Oh, there it is. It had to refresh the screen. All right, so free space. Oh, okay. So apparently I can't even read the bottom of the screen. Okay, here we are. So this is the actual setup. So we have you can't really read this, can you? You can see it a little bit. So we got two partitions. One is the FE boot partition, and the other is the main Linux file system. And that's got like the whole Lux volume on it. What is it? Anyway, it's a volume that has multiple partitions inside of it, and that whole thing is encrypted. So we need to get rid of that one and create a new one. And I'm sweating a little bit here because I think I backed everything up correctly off there because I just set this machine up, so there hasn't really been anything new. But we're gonna see real soon if I have to cry about this. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this main partition. And then I'm going to recreate it. I guess it probably doesn't even matter, does it? Because it's just putting it in the same place where it already was. So I probably should just like recreate everything. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so that was unnecessary, but oh, wait. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I had swap inside of the encrypted partition. I don't use hibernate, so it doesn't really matter. So I'll put swap inside of that partition, I think. Yeah, all right, let's just recreate this. I'm checking the docs. Let's see, assign file system label. Assuming you want to store the root partition on SDA2, to format it as a Lux2 partition. Does that work with Grub? Okay, Guix encrypted root. Okay, I'm gonna consult some documentation that I have on this because I don't remember the steps on, I don't see them having the correct steps. Let me pull up my own. I don't think I had that actually on the installation guide. Maybe what I did. Yeah, I didn't go through that, but I want it on my own machine, so I'm gonna do it that way. So if I go to my systems docs, system installation, Wi-Fi, setting up partitions. Okay, here we go. Script setup. You can't see this because at the bottom of the screen. Let me see if I can clear. CLS. Control L. There we go. Okay, fine. Script setup. Lux format. Dev NVMEO N1P2. That's the larger partition that I have. Overwrite data, yes, I want that. Passphrase. Okay. And when that finishes, okay, I can use crypt setup, open type lux dev NVMe. Can't even read it. So, oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen anyway. Why is it not actually giving me completions here? Dev NVMe ON1P2. Is that it? System root. Okay. Make FS. Oh, hold up. Don't I want multiple partitions here? I wonder if I can consult the void docs on that. So void encrypted install. Because I actually had swap set up on void. I think that was good because I had a little bit of trouble in this machine in the past. Just double checking. I suppose not having encrypted swap would be useful too. Solomon Skater says it's possible now. It's possible to do Lux 2, maybe? Yeah, I see a bunch of extra steps in the void installation. I don't really want to mess with that, to be honest. I'm debating on whether I want to just make the swap partition non-encrypted. Oh, wait a second. Alternatively, you may use a swap file. For example, assuming the new system you want to use the swap file as a swap file, you would run. Okay. Interesting. So there's a different way to do it then, apparently. Maybe that's better, actually. Use a swap file instead of a partition. I don't really know what the best practices are on that, but it seems like it might be a little bit more effective for what I'm trying to do. So I was able to create my system root. So let me just redo this. If Lux 2 works now, then maybe I should use that instead, because that's what's being recommended in the manual. So crypt setup, open, type Lux 2. Hold on, make sure I'm doing this. Crypt setup, Lux format, no. Lux format, type Lux 2, pbkdf, pbkdf2, dev nvmeon1p2. Yes, we're going to do this again. I can't type. In use. Can I, so I've opened it. Can I close it? Okay, so I can close it. Crypt setup. Close. Is it system root? Okay, so I close it now. Let me redo the creation. Okay. And this seems to be working this time. Script setup, open, dev, nvme, on1p2, system root. Okay, then make fs.ext4, because I'm not going to use anything different right now. System root, dev mapper system root. Okay, so I have an ext4 partition, which is great. Once that is done, mount the target file system under mount. All right. And then make a swap file. So ddif dev 0. OF is mnt swap file. BS equals 1 MIB. Count equals 10, 240. Just 10 gigs, which honestly sounds like a pretty decent amount. That should create a zeroed out file. And then chmod 600 mount swap file, swap on mount swap file. Read swap header failed. Fantastic. Oh, make swap. There we go. That worked. Okay, so now we've got that part handled. Yash says Lux 2 actually still doesn't work. Okay. Well, we're going to find out pretty soon whether it works or not. Zoli, I'm using the non-Guix image that is available from the non-Guix repo. Jabo says, I seem to remember there was some trouble resuming from a swap file in the encrypted file system. Yeah, let's hope not. Yeah, we'll reinstall again if we have to. I'll try not to set this machine up in a way that is, what would you call it? Hard to recover. Okay, so we got the, what did I just do? All right, so let me check the next step. Proceeding with the installation. Okay, so herd start cal store mnt. I probably should have, oh, so git is on here, that's good. So, let me think about that for a second. Let's just make some progress here. So make dir mount, etc. Is this needed? It's kind of interesting. So what do they have here? ls, etc. configuration. Oh. Lightweight desktop. What's in there? Rat poison and exwm? Cool. Okay. Well, we're not going to use that one. We're going to use mine. All right. So here's what we will do. I need to go ahead and just clone my stuff. So git clone https github.com davidwill.files. Let's see what happens here. Johnny Boy says, why go with Guix and not NixOS? Because I've been using Guix for years. All right, so I have my .files folder here, and I should be able to do system installation using the files that are already in there. I might need to edit some stuff though. Is Emacs on here? No, so Guix install Emacs. Let's see if I can actually install Emacs here. 28.2, yeah, this is a Guix 1.4 image, so things are a little bit out of date, but I'm not that worried about it. Guix system init. Yeah, I need to make sure that I have my mapping set up correctly, so I'll do that in a second. Gun says the init RAM disk has the crypto modules. There should be no problem. Yeah, we'll see. It should do that whenever we set it up to have an encrypted partition, I think. I've never had to do anything special for that. Man, oh, wait, hold on. Emacs no X toolkit. I don't want the whole thing. To me, GNU Guix is just more fun to use. Sure, Nix has all kinds of packages and services and stuff that you could use, but to me, Guix is just more fun. Bougie Rasso says, I think, by the way, that NixOS has an Emacs, I can't even read that. So 28 is up to date per NixOS. Yeah, well, Guix has 29 at least 29.1, but I don't have like the latest channel configuration right now. It's taking its sweet time. We'll see how long it takes when I actually start applying the system config. Hey, Dave. I'm having a hard time following the IRC because I can't connect the IRC on my other machine, but I can see like the logs of the chat interface. So I see Dave there. Yeah, so it does seem like the key file approach will work for putting in the encrypted passphrase and encryption passphrase only once. Because I was actually using that approach in Void because that's the approach they recommended. So I'm familiar enough with that now that I think that I should be able to set it up in Guix as well. Ujirasu says, I'm on 2311. 2311 of Nix. Okay, we've got Emacs. Now, Emacs dotfiles. Let me actually clear this. Dotfiles, David Will, systems, acid burn. So I need to fix the UUID of the system root device. I probably also should add the swap, but I'm gonna deal with that later. Let's just get the system installed first. Maybe I will not put any extra packages in at the beginning either, because I don't want to waste time. So let me pull up. I love that I can have Emacs with the normal key bindings in the terminal, so I can just do the normal stuff here. So eShell. So I can do that in eShell anyway. ANSI term. I need to run CF disk. All right, so CF disk. I wonder if CF disk works in this. Dev NVMe N1OP. Oh, that's right. Okay, cool. So here it is. Here is the file system UUID. I think that's the right one, right? Is it file system ID or is it the partition UUID? Let's grab that one and see if it works. Might not. Who knows? Okay, so mapped device. We're going to paste that in. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong key here. Control Y did not work. Maybe I did the wrong thing. Okay, so Alt W. You see me using a mouse in terminal Emacs? Okay, whatever. OA6741 A4 D98846C3 9B0E 6B2CC454CO35. Let me just double check what I wrote there. 6741A4 D98846C3 9BOE 4B2CC454C035. Okay. Cool. Shift insert. Is that what would work? No, it's not working for me right now. I don't know what the deal is with that. Geeks would be a nice passphrase. Yeah, I don't know. I would have to switch keys. All right. So, do I need to do anything special for Luke's 2 in the config? Because this is new for me. What? If they're encrypted or RAID partitions, make sure to add a map to devices field to describe them. I'm checking the Geeks manual right now on the other machine. So Luke's device mapping. Is that what I have? Luke's device mapping. Does it have Luke's 2 here somewhere? Luke's 2? Nope. Okay, so maybe it's the same thing. Luke's device mapping. Source, UUID, system root is what I used. Use the Luke's ID of the source device. Okay. That should be good, I think. And then I should be able to do the Geek system init if this is all set up right. So file system device. Oh, I can't see. I'm pressing, whoops, I'm not pressing Control V, I'm pressing caps lock. Boot FE VFAT. Okay, I think we're good. We can give this a shot. So I will switch back to the other window. I'll quit, and then Geeks system, or so Geeks-L dotfiles. Where am I? Wrong folder. Geeks-L dotfiles. I need to add it to my load path because I'm doing modules. And then, do I need to pull? I probably need to do a Guix time machine. This is going to be a lot of fun. Guix time machine -c dotfiles. Dotfiles .config Guix channels.scm. So that's my channel log file. And then init l.files. I wonder if that works. Dotfiles. What? Dotfiles, David Will systems acid burn.scm. Let's just see if this does anything. First, it's going to pull, and if it works, it's going to take forever. Trev says we're losing time on the speed run. Well, this is going to be the part that takes the most time, unfortunately. Gives me time to read the chat at least. Pavel says, how good is Guix for the non-OS usage, mainly Flake.nix alternatives for projects? Well, definitely Guix shell is very nice for describing projects, but there's no equivalent to Flakes yet. I'm not enough of an expert on Flakes to really be able to compare and contrast what they provide versus Guix, but I should probably look into that pretty soon. Milner says, I think there's experimental macOS support for Nix. That I believe. How long is this going to take? We're pulling down probably like how long has it been since Guix 1.4 came out? It's been at least like a year and a half. We're pulling down a bunch of commits, and then we're gonna have to pull down a bunch of things. Oh, I don't have the substitute server set up, do I? I might actually have it set up. I wonder if it will work. Can I add that? Maybe I'll let it pull the channels first before I interrupt it. So Trev says, what is the time machine step for? Guix time machine allows you to run a particular Guix command with respect to a specific channel configuration. And since the way that I set up my Guix channels is that I write out the commits of all the channels that I'm using so that all my machines can sort of stay up to date on the same versions of packages as they are in the repository at that given time. I have that channel file already, so since I know that set of channels works for my configuration, I can just use Guix Time Machine to use that channel configuration, including those specific commits of the channels that I use, to then install my system configuration to get it up to the right spot. Jake says, just tuned in. Did something happen with Void? No, Void's great. I have no problems with Void. I'm just so used to Guix that I wanted to go back. Mjolnir says, I was mentioning Guix before. Nix also has non-experimental Mac support. Yeah, I don't know that Guix has Mac support. I would be surprised if that actually is true. Yeah, we're gonna be twiddling our thumbs for a while here. I know it's a little bit difficult to read what's on the screen here, but hopefully it's, hopefully you can tell what I'm doing. Okay. Mjolnir says I was incorrect. Boo mentioned it was in VM. Yeah, definitely you can run it in a VM. If you can believe it, Windows is a little bit better off because Windows has Windows subsystem for Linux, so you can easily run Guix inside of Debian. You can actually install Guix in WSL2 for real because there is in the Guix repo a can I switch buffers? Can I switch buffers? Oh, I can't see it down there. So if I were to edit, I don't have access to it here, do I? There's not a way to get the Guix repo path. Never mind. Anyway, the point was that there's a WSL2 image builder in the Guix repo. David in the chat says, Geeks doesn't support Mac OS. Used to be that there was no free tool change, which was a non-starter. I haven't kept up with it, but the Darling project, if I recall, may have resolved that. Interesting. How's the stream quality going now? Is it less choppy than it was before? All right, we're 30% in, making some level of progress, but not a whole lot. Let me see if I can think of something to do in the meantime so that we don't have to sit here waiting. Jabba says, seems better. Stream looks good to me, but I'm occasionally watching. Okay, cool. Jabba says, you were unsure whether you added the substitute servers before. When is that usually done in a fresh install on the command line? And I think the best way to do it would be to add it to the, well, maybe to the init call, because there's a substitutes parameter. The thing is, you can't like add a substitute to the existing substitutes, at least as far as I know. So you have to write out the two main substitute servers plus the non-geek substitute server on the command line, which is not ideal. But, you know, like if I were to create an init script for myself so that it could, you know, have that command already encoded, that might be pretty useful. Just so I don't have to remember it. But I rarely install Geeks. This is the first time I've installed Geeks. Well, okay, that's not entirely true. I've installed Geeks on another machine, but it wasn't really like a serious installation. This is the first time I've installed Geeks on one of my main machines since 2021, I think. Because you never have to really reinstall it if you install it. I've never had it be so broken that I've had to reinstall it. Now, I could be wrong. This may be the first time, because if I set up my partition with Lux 2 and it's not supported well by Grub, then I could end up in a situation where I have to reformat. But that's only because of the partition thing and not because of Geeks itself. The clone is completing soon enough. Okay, 92%, 94%. So yeah, what I was thinking before is we need some new music. If I'm going to be doing streams that are like 3 to 4 hours long, we can't be listening to these same songs over and over again. So there's a couple of different possibilities here. One is that I make some music using some of the software that's in Geeks, which I won't do today, but maybe I will eventually. The other is to go on, what was it? CC Mixter, where I found all these existing songs before, to find some more tracks, which might be pretty useful. I think we could like, maybe cruise that a little bit if we're waiting for things to install. And then the third option is if, you know, people know of musicians or let's say electronic music artists who have music that they would be happy with, of someone playing on a stream, let me know, because I'm interested in also promoting musicians who make cool music. So if I can have some good background tracks that I have permission to use on the streams, then that would be pretty cool. Whoa, is this? Oh man, hold on a second. It looks like I've been missing the chat the whole time because apparently my Firefox is completely locked up on the other machine. I can't actually see the screen. So if people have been telling me things in the chat, I have not seen it at all. Let me kill Firefox. Okay, there's one Firefox process that's eating everything up. I'm going to kill that one. Are we back in business? No. Isolated web container. Dude, just kill it. Oh no. Okay, for a second I thought I killed OBS. That would have been nice. Let me check my disk usage also, by the way. This is an insane thing to do while running a stream, trying to run Geeks GC. All right, folks, 1 second. I'm trying to kill Firefox and it's not working, so I may need to do like a pkill or something. Okay. Phew. Now I can see the chat again. And let me get rid of this. Make sure that Geeks GC didn't just kill my system. Wow, so I have no space left in my hard drive? Is that what I'm seeing? Yeah, so I might have to stop recording at some point. Jeez. If I run out of space, I'll be in trouble. How quickly is it going away? Okay, it's kind of like hovering around 996 megabytes. We'll have to see how that goes. Let me get back to the chat. I need to zoom the screen. I can't see anything. Hey, Alejandro. iNodes got eaten? Yeah, probably. Turn the quality down to 240p. Not on the recording. Let me check this space again. All right, it's staying in the same spot. I think it's fine. I don't know what that actually means, but whatever. We're still waiting for the objects to get indexed here. Let me see. DGR, I think that's Dominic. In my humble opinion, Lux 2 and Grub 2 is still limited to PBKDF2. Yes. You need to delete things downloaded from shady websites. I don't have anything downloaded from shady websites on this machine. I have too many video recordings from live streams and videos over the years. That's what the problem is. I recommend not installing Firefox from the 9Geeks repo, and the reason why is because if you are unlucky enough to install it at a time when the substitute is not available for Firefox, then your computer will be compiling Firefox for like 2 or 3 days. So it's better just to install it from Flatpak. That's the way that I install it. Okay, the hard drive space on this other machine is gradually going down, so I might have to download the stream recording, which is not ideal. Yeah, whatever. I mean, if this thing finishes soon, then we might be okay. But it still has to go build all the derivations and stuff too, so that also may take forever. So this was just like cloning and authenticating the Geeks repository from the time that version 1.4 was released until now. It takes a long time. There's a lot of commits in the Geeks repo. Ashra says, you don't have a NAS? No, I do not have anything like that. I'm the worst when it comes to storage and backups. Literally the worst. And one day I'm going to regret that. But maybe that's not today. That's a problem for another instance of David in this infinite timeline of identity. Boo says, are there Firefox substitutes now? There should be on the 9Geeks substitute server, but I don't know. Like I said, I haven't tried to install them. All right, pulling the 9Geeks server takes a lot less time. There's only only 1,000 new commits as opposed to the 23,000 in the Guix repo. Computing Guix derivation. Let's see what happens now. I might have to stop this and add the substitute servers because I don't want it to have to compile Linux kernel. We do not want to wait for that. Mjolnir says, why you wait for Guix to install? Go and buy a new hard drive? Yeah. I have other hard drives sitting around, but Trev says, unbelievable that browsers take 2 days to compile. There's just too much stuff in there, man. Ashra says, see, a NAS could also act as a local Guix mirror. Yeah, it probably could. Probably could. If there are hard drives there, what's the issue? They're not plugged in. That's what the issue is. I do need to set one up. The thing is, here's what I don't like about flash drives that you can buy. I've got like a 1 or 2 terabyte flash drive, like a Samsung, pretty nice, USB-C flash drive, but they come with that VFAT file system on it, so that they can give you the reported or the what was it called? The advertised file space. But in reality, if you try to put a real file system on it because you want to have things like user details, permissions, etc. on the files, like to use it as a real file system, then you lose, I don't know, a couple gigabytes at least, because you need that extra space for the metadata in the file system. Alejandro says, wait for it to compile, and meanwhile, explain in detail your configuration. Maybe. Boo says, when I ran Gentoo on my spec'd out gaming PC, I couldn't compile Chromium at all on it. Failed after 8 hours. Yeah, definitely. Chromium takes forever too. I have compiled Chromium before, and it takes a very long time. And Ashra says, disk manufacturers use 10 based instead of 2 based on bits. Yeah, I know. It's all marketing. Bonley says, do you have an NVIDIA video card for the system? Not for this one. I do for the other machine that I'm using, and I have actually set it up before on Guix, and it did work, but Sway complained about it. And I don't remember if I actually had a problem with it or if I thought I might have a problem with it. I just turned it off. So yeah, I have actually used NVIDIA drivers in Guix before, and it does work. Thanks to whoever packaged those in the non-Guix repo. Okay, this is going to take its time. I'm going to step away for 2 minutes, and I will be right back, okay? I'll be right back. All right. Alejandro says your main PC, you should have AMD. Whenever I build a gaming PC or a streaming machine really soon, I will actually get AMD everything. See you, Mjolnir. Thanks for joining. So one thing that might be cool pretty soon, not today, but soon, is to have a stream where I have you all help me pick parts for building a new streaming/gaming PC that I'm going to build, and I might actually build it on stream too. But I actually have already picked out a bunch of stuff, but maybe it's more fun if the community helps me actually pick out all the parts, because there are some things I don't really know about how to build a computer in the modern age. Like the last time I actually built a PC was in 2005, 2006 maybe. And things have changed a lot since then. I mean, whenever I was doing all the research, I definitely noticed how things have changed dramatically since then in terms of like the hardware that's available, how motherboards work, how cooling systems work, graphics cards. There's a lot of things that have changed. Cases, everything. Ashra says, "What's your budget?" 2,000 to 3,000 euro, maybe. Like, I want good quality stuff because I want it to be a beefy enough machine to do. To let's say raise the level of quality on the streams, you know, have maybe multiple cameras, even have like higher resolution video, things of that nature. So it needs to be, it needs to be a serious machine. Why are we talking about Nano in the chat? Can you actually configure Nano? Ashra says, in 2005, you must not forget the combobulator these days. Without a proper fungible matrix, the Smirnov will burn up immediately. Yes, that sounds right. Ashra says, 2 to 3K in a completely AMD, that will basically get you top of the line. Yeah, well, it won't get me top of the line. Like, I can't get Threadripper. Because if you go through, excuse me. If you go Threadripper, you're doing like 2, 3K on the processor alone. But whatever the top of the line Ryzen is below that, I think is well within budget. Hey, Rostislav. Rostislav says, not just PC, how to build PC for games and geeks. Well, you know, we'll have to see. It would be nice if it could do both. I mean, you can install Steam on Flatpak, or even from the non-Geeks repo, I think, and then have Proton, and many games will actually work in Proton on Geeks. So it's possible. If I could actually play like Call of Duty in Geeks through Proton on Steam, that would be pretty funny. I don't know if it's going to work, though. A game needs high FPS. Who says, I can confirm that Geeks works really well with my fully AMD gaming PC. Yeah, it's, what I'm hoping for is that the AMD drivers are better supported in Geeks, because AMD actually does a bit more to, you know, support the Linux user base. So Ashra says, if you want to still game, so Ryzen 7 or 9 would be fine. Yeah. I've heard that Threadripper isn't really necessary unless you're doing highly CPU intensive tasks. And I don't necessarily do that. I mean, installing, you know, Geeks updates can be highly CPU intensive, and streaming can be too. But if you have a video card that you can offload the encoding to, then the CPU gets released from that burden somewhat. Trev says, you could do one of those clear cases and fill it with olive oil for cooling. That would be pretty disgusting, I think. It might work. Who knows? Alejandro says, Fallout. That's what the kids are playing now. If I were to play anything other than COD, I would probably play Elden Ring. I played it a little bit, and I didn't get very far, but I want to go back and do it. I would play Dark Souls series again too, probably. I'm considering the possibility of streaming some games on this channel too, but I don't know if people would tolerate that. Hi, Elijah. Elijah says, non-geek Steam is pretty solid these days. I'll have to try it again, for sure. Yash says, I run Geeks SD on my Steam Deck with EXWM. That's pretty funny. I've heard Steam Decks are pretty awesome. But I don't really have the excess cash to burn on a Steam Deck at the moment. Ashra says, unless you use Clang, Tidy, or other static analyzers, then you'll hopefully have enough RAM. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised on that. Yeah, I would love to have a Steam Deck. Geeks on Steam Deck win? Apparently it works. I mean, I need a Steam Deck for me to install it, but I don't have one of those yet. Maybe next year. If I'm going to blow money on something other than a new PC, it's probably going to be that M&T Pocket Reform. That thing is a little bit more interesting to me than a Steam Deck in the short term. I've got an Xbox Series X, so I don't really need like a gaming handheld at the moment. Obviously, an Xbox Series X is not a handheld gaming machine. I'm going to stop this recording real quick because this is taking forever. Ashra says, here's a trick. 2.5K for the PC, $500 for the Steam Deck. Is it really only 500? I thought it was more than that. I thought it was more than that. Are you telling me that I can get a Steam Deck for $500? I think my wife still wouldn't be happy. Dominic says, I love mine. I didn't set up Geeks yet on it, but it looks very possible. That's cool if it is. Who says, pretty much the only thing that Geeks doesn't have for AMD hardware is firmware. All the kernel user space drivers are free software. That's cool. I mean, you know, I guess that's in 9Geeks repos, so since I already used that. Come on, man. This is the worst part of this. And I actually tried to build an up-to-date installer image before I started the stream today, and I was running out of space on this machine, and I wasn't able to do it. So it's unfortunate, because we could have saved some time having an up-to-date installer image that had a lot of this stuff in there already, but it is what it is. Jabo says, old man goes Googling what a Steam Deck is. So it's basically a handheld gaming device made by Valve, and the quality is pretty good from what I understand. I was hoping we get to do some programming at some point in this stream, but I don't know if we're going to get there. Whoa. Okay, cool. Just checking on Twitch to see how many people we got on that side, because I can't actually see it. You know, one of the things I need to do, which I was mentioning earlier, is I need to write some code that can gather the information from the two different streaming services that I use to aggregate it and maybe put it on the screen. Because definitely need to get chat from the various services pulled together, but also maybe viewer count, concurrent viewer count, and other fun stuff, maybe. Okay, so the OLED version is the one that's a bit more expensive, is in the 500 range, but the LCD is 419. I would not want to have an LCD screen. It would have to be OLED for sure. SteamOS is Arch-based, by the way. Yeah. Alejandro says, Geeks is programming itself. Technically, yes, that's true. Pavel says, isn't SteamOS Fedora-based these days? I wouldn't know. Ashraz knows these things. Ashraz is our resident information source. Whenever I don't know something, Ashraz always has the answer within about 5 seconds. Man, this is taking 20 years. If I was installing Void, it'd be done by now. But you don't get the benefits of something like Geeks if you install Void. So it is what it is. Alejandro says, or LeftPad. So LeftPad doesn't give me the right answers. LeftPad gives me the wrong answers. Where Ashraz improves the streams, LeftPad does not. %. We're building the Geek System derivation. I think we're going to need the substitute soon. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, here we go. 98%. I don't know what phase we're at now. Eventually, it's going to start installing packages, I think. Because what we've been doing so far is just getting the base stuff together to build the derivations, I think. The core derivations. And then we have to start doing the other parts of the system config. But I think my config doesn't have too much in it. Pablo says, I would love to watch a Guix output monitor when building big derivations like this. I wonder if there's like I think there's like the verbose flags where you can just get like the whole dump of all the phases of all the things that are being built or installed. That might be actually kind of instructive to see all that. Let's check my hard drive space issue here. Okay, it's a bit better now that I stopped the recording. Jabba says, after this experience, I take it you recommend getting the latest ISO for a fresh install. Yeah, but there isn't a way to do that because the Guix project does not provide up-to-date nightly ISOs as far as I know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But non-Guix project definitely does not. I have a CI job on GitHub that every 2 weeks tries to build a new installation image with the non-Guix channels and some extra stuff in it. But it's been failing for like the last year because of something that happened with the Guix CI servers. So yeah, there's no way to really get an up-to-date image unless you build it yourself, which is possible. I tried to do that, and it didn't work. Boo says, I don't know who asked, but I think it's slow because the scheme code for the system derivations never has substitutions. Yeah, you basically have to build that stuff. Oh. Okay, here we go. Cool. So all that did was Guix Time Machine pulling the channel configuration. Okay, let me turn the recording back on for a second so I can explain this. Okay, so it finally got to a point where I got an error because I typed in the wrong thing apparently. It was supposed to be system init, but the funny thing though is that that was only just to install the channels. That took how long? What time is it now? Were we waiting like 30 minutes for that? Or 20 minutes? I don't know how long that was, but now the channel configuration has been pulled down. We haven't even started with the system in it yet. So before I do this, let me see. cat.files.bin. Yeah, update system. Do I still have that in there? I don't think so. I had the substitutes line kind of baked in one of my scripts, and now I don't have it. So Guix help. Guix install. Whoa. Keep hitting caps lock. Install help. So substitute URLs. Fetch substitute URLs. Fetch substitute from URLs if they are authorized. Now, substitute URLs, you have to actually type in all the URLs, and that's a little bit of an annoyance. I don't remember the names of all of them. I know one of them is like ci.geeks.gnu.org, and there's also, what's it called? Bordeaux. Okay, so Geeks Bordeaux. Bordeaux.gnu.geeks.org. See you, alternate vet. See you, Ashras. All right, so let's try to run that. I'm gonna do this. Oh, do I not actually have the? Here we are. System init substitute URLs equals https ci.geeks.gnu.org. I think they're space separated, if I'm not mistaken. Bordeaux.geeks.gnu.org and non-geek substitutes. It's substitutes.nongeeks.org. Let's see if that works. Oh, wrong number of arguments for action init. I think I need to put init after the parameters. Let me just move my cursor. Can I? No, this is ANSI term. I probably can't do that. Okay, let's just go forward. Then drop init right about here. Wrong number of arguments to action init. Okay, I'm doing something wrong. Give me 1 second. Geeks system init. I don't think I can pass these things to time machine though, can I? If I pass them to time machine, do they go through? Yes, I do have SHAs in the channel file. Damn. Let me see if this is going to work. Can I actually cut this? I don't think so. Yeah, if I hit Control Space, it doesn't let me mark. What a pain in the ass. Actually, can I do... This didn't work the last time. I wasn't able to actually yank anything. Damn it. Alt-X. Yeah, I can't do anything here. See you, Alejandro. Okay, so let's just change it up. I'll just retype certain things, but I'll leave these because I need these. Let's do that. System init dotfiles David Will systems acid burn. Wrong number of arguments for action init. Am I doing this wrong? What's going on? Oh, /mount. Let's go back to what I was doing before. Okay, there we go. Looks good. Oh, no Lux partition with UUID. I probably need to change that to a different one. So let me run cfdisk. No, just that. So maybe instead it needs to be this other 0fc. Let's try that next. FC63DAF 8483 4772 8E79 3D69 D84 77DE4 0FC63D AF 8483 4772 8E79 3D69 D8477 DE4. That seems right. So let's try to run that again. What? Is it the file system UID? Is that what I'm missing? Hey, Glenn. Yes, I am running system init. It's just a... Pablo says, can you really not do Emacs magic to copy text from the terminal buffer? I think it's because I'm using the ANSI term package or mode. I need the mount path. Yes, thanks, Jonathan. That's what I was missing for sure. Let me check my disk space. I feel like I'm always dealing with some stupid thing. Block ID, thanks. BLK ID. Excellent. 80. Okay, so the last one I was going to try is the right one then. OA. So it must be that one then, right? The 8060. Thank you, Yash. That was correct. Let me go to eShell and do that because I think I should be able to copy things from eShell. So block ID. Let's see if this will work, huh? And then Control O doesn't switch to other window. Okay, other window. There we go. Hey, that worked. Thank God. Okay, so back then to the ANSI term. No. Okay, run it again. Maybe this time it will start. Cool. This time it does seem to be picking up the 9 gig substitute server, so maybe this won't take too long. 119 megabytes will be downloaded. I think we're making progress. I had to turn the recording off again. Just so we don't run into trouble. So let's see. Is it easy for me to show my config? Control X. Oh, Control X V? No. That's wrong. What is the... Oh, yeah, I keep hitting Control X in this buffer, and because it's ANSI term, it doesn't let me do key bindings. Control CJ to be able to navigate a terminal like a text buffer. Okay. Is that line mode? Control CJ? Yeah, it's not working right now. Control CJ. Control CJ is undefined. Did I authorize the 9 gig subs? Do I have to when I pass in that parameter? Let me see if there's an extra step I need to do then. Yeah, I did in my system config. My existing system config has it. Control C, Control J. Thank you, Boo. Okay, we're installing Linux firmware. That's good. Seems like it's building it though, doesn't it? Yes, it's building it. I do have the key set up correctly in my system config. So if you go to my base.scm, you can check out the substitute URL. You can't actually see it. So let me scroll down a little bit. Right there, I've got the key here. So maybe it works. It will work for the configuration, but I don't know if it's going to work for applying the configuration the first time. We'll see. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see. Maybe it won't do it. If it starts building the Linux kernel, since this is the 9 geeks image, though, I'm using the actual official quote-unquote 9 geeks image. Maybe it already has that in there. In fact, let's see. Can I check out the slash etc slash configuration? Is there a file for that already? They don't include a config file? Is it in under run? Is it somewhere under run? Oops. Run current system. Slash etc slash geets. Okay. No, not there. Oh, the sign keys. Hi, Paul. Yes, we are. Why harsh? You should check out my videos about it. Because it's good, that's why. Yeah, if it's already configured, that'd be good. I would hope so. I mean, if I were to, well, I can't go to the website on the machine that you see right now, but in general, I would think they'd have their stuff set up in the image. If I can find it. Okay. I'm missing the IRC chat. If anybody's talking on the IRC side, let's see. Jake says, did you use your image from the Geeks install repo? No, I used the official non-Geeks image because well, actually, I just wanted to try the non-Geeks image to see how well it works because, I could probably simplify my installation instructions if I use that instead of my own. I mean, my image has some value, I think, but it's not necessarily worthwhile to maintain my own if the non-Geeks project has one. That's good enough. Boo says use EWW. Maybe so. Let's see. Man, I can't see the echo area on the screen, and it's going to drive me nuts. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, so I want to go to... Let's see if this is going to work. Okay. Can I see the files? Find file? Yeah, this website is not going to work well. I can already tell. Where is the file browser? So 9geeks build. No, is that it? Where's the installation? Not 9GNU, is it? System install. Okay. Can't see it. I guess if I went to the raw link, but I'm not that motivated to just go look at it using the browser inside of Emacs. Sure, I could do that. I could go and clone the repo, but let's not even bother. Where are we in the installation process? Oh, what? Oh, I hate this thing, man. Where it keeps doing this substitute server is somewhat slow, and then it fails. I don't know if it's the 9geek server that does that, but it's a fat file system check. Okay, it's coming from the CI server, the actual CI server. This is taking way longer than I thought. I think we'll have it installed before an hour and 15 minutes from now, but I was hoping to do some other things in or afterward, let's say. Pablo says, isn't that error-based operating system unbound variable worrying? No, that's the thing I've been seeing forever for my configuration. I don't know why it says that because it's not true. Because it's actually there. For some reason, the Guile compiler just complains about it. All right, now we're getting to the kernel installation. Hopefully it downloads that from the substitute server instead of building it. It looks like it will. So long as the substitutes are still there. I don't think I've updated these channels in a while, so I don't know. Okay. Boo has a good suggestion. I always wrap my base operating system with a function. It works and it doesn't throw that error. Okay. Interesting. Hopefully getting there soon. Okay. We're building the AMD microcode. I need to be more specific with my Linux firmware's setting because there's all this extra stuff that keeps getting pulled in that I don't need. Okay, so Yash says it's building Linux. Yeah, I was afraid of that. So am I going to have to pull everything again? Okay, it is trying to build Linux. And we're not going to sit here and let it build Linux. So how about this? Let me check the weather. I need to auth the key. Is that, you think is what it is? No substitutes available on ci.geeks.gnu. Let's see if it actually lets me check the weather of the non-geek substitute server. Let's see. Oh, wait. Unauthorized. Following command needs to be run as root. Cool. Well, thank you. Now I just need to get that in a format that I can use. So let's go back to eShell. That was actually really helpful, actually. So hold on. Control C, Control J. Can I do that? Can I pull this now? Yeah, let's see. Ooh, it works. But it's got a lot of, no. Oh, okay, I see. Because of the spaces. All right, replacing symbolic link with a regular file on Geek system, add all authorized keys, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Geeks archive. What does this do? Generate key, authorize. Okay, so can I list? Let's try weather again, because that actually was pretty useful. Control C, Control K. Let's try that again. If that works, then I need to save that command because that was pretty useful bit of information. Okay, so it is available in the substitute server. Let's try running the installation again because that will help us. Yeah, if we can have Geeks on Android, that'd be pretty awesome. Okay, this time the Linux package that's being downloaded Okay, I see now. Following derivations will be built. We're not building the same derivations anymore, so it's definitely downloading at this time. Well, that's pretty convenient. I didn't know that you could do that with Guix Archive. They should put that in the non-Geeks docs, maybe. Maybe they have that, and I just didn't see it. Ah, they do have it. Yes, Geek System will only use a substitution server after it has been reconfigured. Substitution server is not used by default. The first system reconfigure recommended to explicitly specify the use of the substitution server the first time you reconfigure your system using Geeks Archive and by downloading the signing key. All right. I need to update my installation instructions then. All right, building Linux modules. Let's see how it goes here. And then once we're back on Geeks, I'm going to install Void again. Just kidding. Piotr says, got inspired resing my old, what is the X270 with Geeks? Nice. Boo, definitely do that. That'd be great if you could make a post on the forum about it. We're getting there. Finally, we're getting there. When will it happen? I don't know, but it will happen within the next hour. I mean, I think that once this part gets done, then the base system will be installed and I can complete the installation and we can reboot and then get the home config installed and then everything will be good. So long as we don't have an issue with Grub, because I use the Lux2 volume configuration. Let's see, after system installation, Geeks pull, reconfigure, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, Geeks on Droid would be nice. I haven't really used the new Emacs on Android very much. Mainly because it's not very well integrated with the environment. I think Gold AN told me a way to set up the Termux tools to be used with the pack or the officially published Android for, sorry, Emacs for Android, but I have not tried it yet. Emacs works pretty well inside of Termux though, in the terminal mode. Data Monoid says, Geeks deserves some love, more love, in my opinion. Yes, it does. Pavel asks if anybody has connected the Emacs build with Termux or Nix on Droid without doing the shared ID hacks. I don't know. There's somebody made a post on the forum, on the System Cutters forum about that. You might be able to find that there. Boo says, I need Git for my Emacs config, so Emacs Android is not useful. Yeah, like just not having access to some of the programs makes it not very useful. But hopefully that can be resolved somehow. without resorting to hacks like it seems are currently necessary. Come on, I thought you'd be done by now. What are we waiting for? Oh, it's trying to install Emacs. I can tell because it's installing libgcc JIT. That's fine. Emacs is kind of necessary, so. Emacs, Stow, I've got like minimal stuff set up in the system profile, more or less. DGM says, which theme are you using? Well, this is just a plain Emacs theme in the terminal right now because I just installed Emacs for the purpose of editing things while I was installing Guix. Elijah says, Grub plus Lux 2 is really tricky to get right. Well, we're probably going to regret what I did then. We waited all this time for something that may not work. God, I hope it works. Because that's what they recommend in the install docs. I know that someone said that there's an issue. Maybe Yash said there's an issue filed for updating the docs because we shouldn't be recommending people do that. Ooh, since version 206. What version of Grub did I just install? Can we see? Because my channel config might be a little bit out of date. We need to check that before we move forward, because otherwise I might have just screwed myself. And also, I probably need to set the system config to use that key format. So let me double check that too before I do anything else. Where is the mapped devices config? System configuration. And I look for Grub. Bootloader configuration. Bootloader configuration, key. PB, no. Dedemono asks if there's an update on the proper Flakes alternative for Guix. Not that I've heard of, but I have not been following along on the Guix mailing list recently. Let's see. Piotr says, I was out of the loop for some time. Is Wayland in a state that makes it as convenient as X11 or not yet? I have been using Wayland every day for the last year or more, and it's been great for me. Boo says, what does a Flake do that a channel can't? Flake is like a combination of a channel config, a system config, and a home config, I think. So like just packages a full configuration up into one file that you can deploy easily. So I think that's the reason why people are interested in it. It may do other things. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really up on the latest details of what you do in Nix. I haven't actually used Nix in probably 10 years, I would say. Doing that in Guix actually is probably more possible now than it was before, because there was just a system service added to Guix. I don't know, Ludo mentioned this on Fediverse yesterday, that a system service got added to Guix that can apply your home configuration automatically. So you could have a system config that tells Guix to apply your home config also. So if you have all your configuration in one place, it is conceivable that you could have one configuration file that even has channels baked in, because there's a way to configure channels in the system config too. So in theory, you could do a full flake-like setup right now. Pablo says a flake can export NixOS configs, packages, dev shells, and much more. You can use it to package your system config or just to package an app. Technically, you could do that with Guix too. Okay, let's see. Failed to get canonical path of boot Effie. All right. Okay, this is Grub 206. Thank God. So I must have an error. Boo says a channel can pin dependencies to commits. Yes, because that's actually what I'm using right now. So if I look at my config, if I go back to acid burn, I can't see it. Elijah says channels pinning specific inputs would probably need to use Guix inferiors. Yes, that's for sure. I haven't really used inferiors much, but I'm glad I have not had to. Huh. It's kind of weird because this configuration should be right. Let me zoom down or scroll down a little bit so you can see this if it's possible. Control L, there you go. So I have my Effie partition. Do I need to mount that myself first? Because it didn't tell me that. Failed to get canonical path of boot Effie. What does that mean? So let's check. Do I need to mount that myself first? Because the install docs do not say that. Let's see. Where? Okay, I need to mount it myself. So mount dev nvme on1p1 to mount boot. Oh, I need to make that first, actually. N1p1 mount boot Effie. Let's do it again. The installation, manual installation steps do not mention that. Looks like it's making some progress this time. It generated the Grub configuration. Master Roman says, did I miss the live stream being scheduled, or was it like just a let's do it type of thing? Yes, it was like that. I'm just, you know, trying out the new setup. It's not a new setup. Basically what I'm saying is we're going to be streaming regularly soon. I just decided to do it anyway because I wanted to have some fun reinstalling Guix, and we've been having some fun here, I think. So it tells me that the installation is done, I think. Doesn't it? If I reboot right now, is it going to work? Or am I going to have problems? Do I need to set the bootloader configuration to mention the key? Or do I need to set anything on the device mapping? File systems. Flags, options, mount. This could be fun. We'll reboot and it won't work. Just want to make sure that I'm not going to make a mistake here before we lose all of our hard effort. I mean, we can boot back into the install image and fix things if we have to, but I'd rather not waste time. We've wasted enough as it is. Let's see. I'm just checking the docs real quick. I don't see anything that mentions that we have to specify the key somewhere. So the warning that's in the keyboard layout, networking, and partitioning page says Grub can unlock Lux2 devices since version 206, but only supports the PBKDF2 key derivation function, which is not the default. Okay, so basically if I set this, then in theory, Grub should pick it up automatically. Trev says, did we win yet? We're about to find out. We are going to, Dominic says, see my notes. Okay, the unlock once. I'm not actually trying to unlock once yet, but let me check the notes anyway, just in case there's anything I'm missing. So let me. PB. Okay, did that. Okay, so there's ooh. Do you really have to do all this? Because that would be awful. Damn. Should I just reinstall? I don't want to put all this in my config. Because that would require copying and pasting all of this stuff. Okay. What should we do? I'm taking a poll. Should I just reboot and see if it works? Or should I try to follow the notes that that Dominic left and see if I can get them copied over? Because I don't know, you can't see my screen right now, but there's like a whole thing you have to do in your config to make sure that the PBKDF2 Yeah, well, I don't know if I have to remake the partition. Sorry, remake the Lux volume. Then I don't know if I guess this stuff's already on the disk. So hopefully that's the case. It should be on the disk, right? It's not all in memory, I think. All right, we're gonna reboot it and see what happens. Let's back on out of Emacs here and see how badly we're gonna cry. Wouldn't I have to remake it though if I want to switch from Lux 2 to Lux 1? Oh, and you know what? I need to make sure that I'm copying my my UUIDs over for the configuration. So if I go into the dotfiles folder, so I want to copy David Will systems acid burn. I'm going to copy it over to etc. configuration. No. Mount etc. Let's just copy it to the root. It's there. Okay. Another key function. I think the only key function that works is that one from what the docs say. Okay, let's reboot it and see what happens. Yep. I'm not surprised. We're gonna see if it works or if it doesn't, whatever. I mean, we did the best we could. Actually, I want to shut down completely. I have to shut down completely to make sure that. Can we throw a cheroot first? I don't know. I don't know if it would have helped. Oh, I'm an idiot. I tried to boot back into the USB stick again. Let's just let it boot. No such device. What did I do? You can't see this right now, but Grub is telling me no such device, unknown file system. This must be the same issue. All right. We're starting over. Let's see how long it takes. This is why I shouldn't have followed the steps that are listed on the page. They should change that, man. If you try to follow the manual install steps based on what's on the website right now, then you're going to get a broken install if you're trying to do an encrypted drive, which I would imagine many people want. Why wouldn't people want an encrypted drive this day and age? Especially if you're installing it on a laptop. If it's a desktop machine, okay, maybe not, but... Let's see how long this takes. Let's see. I can try to mount the existing drive. Well, no, I don't really need that, do I? Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Let's start by reconnecting to Wi-Fi. Yeah. Super successful stream, don't you think? The disappointment is palpable. All right, enable, I don't care. Now I'm gonna pop over to TTY3. And I should be able to start over from here. Boo-hoo-hoo, okay. ls, nope, dotfiles are not here. Okay, git clone. This is gonna suck. How long did it take last time to pull the channels down? It took forever. Trying to think of how I can accelerate the process this time. I don't think there's a good solution. Yeah, I guess I should just use the graphical installer to get the partitions done. But I wanted to be hardcore, you know? I wanted to do it the manual way. And then I wasted 2 hours doing it the manual way. Thanks, Geeks documentation. You made my day. All right, let's just get to it. So, what I need is crypt setup. I'm gonna go to my old installation steps because they actually work. All right, so got that. Let's see, crypt setup, open, type lux dev nvme on1p2 system root. Yeah, there we go. Make fs ext4 l system root dev mapper system root mount label. Okay, and also I need to make your mount boot fe. Oh, what? Oh, make your p. Dev nvme on1p1 to mount boot fe. Got that there. Herd start cow store mount. Cow store started. Okay. So now we're gonna pull the channels again. Dotfiles, dotfiles. Whoops. Files config. Come on now. Config geeks. Channels.scm. System init. System L dotfiles. Yeah, this is a big L. Substitute URLs. Substitutes.nongeeks.org. Init/mount. Here we go. Jake says the struggle makes it relatable. Yeah. Can't you just remount and do a true? Says Dominic. Don't think so, can I? Because I need to remake the Lux volume because I'm switching back to plain Lux and not Lux 2. Lux? How do you pronounce that? Pavel says, oh, yeah, okay. Pass the substitute URLs to time machine. Is that going to pass through all the way? I should have been doing this in Emacs. Damn it. All right, so Geeks install Emacs no X toolkit. Should have been in Emacs. I did that already. The PBKDF2, I had done that and it didn't work. I did that, and that's when we saw, or I saw, you didn't get to see it. Okay, I need to do it to both. Thanks, Elijah. That makes sense. Once I have Emacs installed, it'll be easier to type all these commands in again. All this typing. Yeah, I know. I've got my external display plugged in, and I don't know why it does it like this, but I guess it's because the laptop screen is the one that's dictating what the viewable area is. Yeah, I'm trying to install with Lux 1 because Lux 2 has issues with booting. Trev, okay, look. Once the system is installed and it's working, it's great. But I followed some bad instructions in the manual. This is the reason why we're having an issue. Jabo says the U in Lux is for unified. So I guess it's an oo sound. You're probably right. Good call. Yeah, I'm getting substitutes, but this is for just the normal Guix CI stuff. So I'm installing Emacs because I want to get into an environment where I can actually copy and paste text. Trev says, the manual made me do it. Tell it to the judge. I will. I'm going to tell it to the maintainers. The manual made me break my machine on a live stream and waste how many hours of people's time? 2 hours? It's not a waste. Boo says, note that David is doing it manually, so any prospective Guix users, please do it via the installer. Yeah, in my installation steps on my video and on the website, I say use the installer up until the point where you apply the configuration. So don't do what I do. Do what I say. So it's just like you tell your children, do what I say, not what I do. You don't want them using curse words, but since you use curse words, you know, you have to tell them, do what I say, do what I tell you to do. Don't do what I do. I'm exposing my bad parenting. I'm glad that it's been entertaining. Dave says, I haven't been paying close attention, but the Lux installs I've done have gone smoothly. Yeah, me too, except for Lux 2, which is a new thing, and it's problematic, apparently. Piotr says, you do it so that we don't have to, not wasted time. Okay, good. We'll be doing a lot of things like this then, where I'm going to be suffering and you'll just get to watch and not have to deal with it yourself. So good for you all. So let's see, Emacs dotfiles systems, no, David Wheels systems, acid burn. Okay, so now we're back to our config file. Nakotani says, I told my son this morning it's all about learning the skill of regulating your language depending on the audience. Yes. I'm capable of doing that sometimes. Okay, so all we need to do is get the correct UUID, and as Josh reminded me last time, the way to do that is block ID and grab the, whoops, P. It's this right here. Okay, so go back to, I'm having to look over the other screen to see the very bottom of my laptop screen. That's why I look like an idiot whenever I have to look at the other screen. Okay, I paste that in. That's good. All right. I think, oh, yeah, I wanted to make sure I don't pull all these extra profiles in because I don't need all that stuff right now. And there we go. That should do it for that part. So now I just need to go back to eShell. Not eShell. I keep hitting caps lock. So now, Guix time machine. Okay, here, look, we need to do something here because otherwise I'm going to go mad completely. So I'm going to open up install.sh, okay? Root.files, David will, no, not that one. Files.config/geeks/channels.scm, substitute URLs. Okay, got that. I think that's good. Now, system, well, okay. I only need that here. So root.files. And then let's copy the whole substitute URLs bit here. Uh-oh, that was great. All right, init/mount. All right. So Back to the shell, chmod x, install the s, what? Oh, yes, makes sense. Install.sh. Let's see what happens now. Boo says, is it easy to host your own substitute server? Kind of curious to switch my router over to Guix. I don't know. There was a little bit of information about that in the 9geeks repo whenever I think Jonathan Brielmayer set up the substitute server, said that he had to set up Queris, however you pronounce the name of that Guix CI system. Yeah, you use Guix Publish. I've never done it before. Dominic says, it only took me 3 days to get Lux 2 and only one unlock at boot working. Yeah. Now we wait for Guix to, you know, it would be nice if you could tell Guix to pull only the latest commit and not the entire damn history, but I guess it has to authenticate. Ismail says, it's too small to read. Yeah, I can't really fix that, unfortunately, because it's just the way the terminal looks. I'm in terminal mode right now, a TTY. All right. How long is this going to take? Let's see here. Oh, Jonathan did say the right thing. Did you forget to give the Geek system init your acidburn.scm file? Yeah, I think I did that. That's true. Thank you very much. Init root.files, David Will systems acidburn.scm. Thank you to Jonathan. Oh. I'll let it finish cloning first. I'm not going to interrupt that process. Then I will restart it. While we're waiting, let me see if I can do something else. Can I pull up my... Can you see my screen? I imagine you probably can see my screen now. CC Mixter. Let's just find some more music to listen to, because we're going to go crazy listening to the same stuff over and over again. Or at least I will. Is this the right place? The search that I was looking for. Oh, Dig? Is it the Dig site? Yes, Dig site. Okay. Check the chat. Yeah, okay, you can see my screen. That's good. I have not finished installing Geeks. This is a different machine you're looking at right now. Let me see. There's the tag search. Is there licenses in the tags? No. I'm kind of looking for, like, we could look for like some DNB. Let me turn off the live stop music. There we go. Can we get some ambient? Oh, Airtone. Airtone's great. Oh, just happened. I wanted you to open that in a new tab. Control click. Okay, you work. I don't know if that's too loud. Sounds like Minecraft music. Let me turn that down, dude. Pulse. do it back there, maybe. Too much like Minecraft. Did you hear that? Was there music playing? You didn't hear it? Give me a sec. Where's my OBS? Oh, desktop audio is not on. Okay. Interesting. So you have not been hearing the music the entire time, is what you're telling me. Audio. Desktop audio. Boom. Now you're getting blasted. There you go. Like I said, too much like Minecraft music. Too loud? Yeah, sorry for that. Sorry for that, folks. I'm sorry if I just blasted your eardrums out. My bad, my bad. Let me turn the volume down way lower. All right, cover your ears. Cover your ears. I'm trying to get back to where I was. Okay, that must be much better. Hold on. What is happening? I just saw like the readout in OBS like peaking like crazy. Man, I'm so sorry. So why is it doing that? All right, maybe that's just a bad idea all around. I could turn this down. Yeah, I can turn the levels down to OBS, but it's just kind of weird that... Sorry, Pavel. All right, one more time. I can see the levels. Now the levels aren't as bad. How about that? Is it okay? I thought it would be controlled by the same thing because it's the desktop audio, but maybe I was wrong about that. Better, but still loud. 40. Keep going the wrong place. Yeah. Maybe that. I wonder what happens if I turn it up for myself. Okay, are we all back to not being hearing impaired? So anyway, point being, that's not going to do it. Who was talking about Primogen listening music? Right, yeah. No, it was just a OBS configuration issue. RoboDuck. Too much like Minecraft music. Don't like vocals in the music. Spoken word? No thanks. Vocals, don't want vocals. Let's get the ambient thing out of there. Maybe I just needed to leave it as drum and bass. That's gonna drive people nuts. That's not too bad, but I don't know. I'm just gonna have to make the music myself in the end. Jump into some lo-fi music. I don't know, like I need to find the right vibe. We've had a particular vibe in the audio and the music up until now, but I kind of want to expand things a little bit because, you know, the chill music is nice, but breakcore, yeah, I don't know. I don't want people to leave because the music is going nuts. Coffee shop vibe. Yeah, some, you know, ambient is good, but it needs to have a little bit more to it, I think. Oh, this says, oh, non-commercial audio. I don't know if I can use it if it says non-commercial, because, you know, YouTube has ads and everything. There you go. Why does drum and bass always have voices in it? That's more like dubstep. That's not bad. Non-commercial. Mm-hmm. Good thing I don't have ads turned on this stream. Nakatani says, Minecraft music, please. Actual Minecraft music? I can't play that. Yes, it's copyrighted. Soma.fm, I probably can't play that. Yeah, I probably do need to turn the volume down a little bit more if the music is faster, just so it's not really distracting. The Guix repo pull is at 86, 87%, so we're still waiting a little while for that to get to where it needs to be. All right, I probably should just do this on my own time because it's going to be annoying. All right, let's go back. Lo-fi Geeks installation to cook, do dishes too. Yeah, it is like that, right? YouTube has some what they call copyright-free playlists. So does Spotify, but I don't know that I trust them so much. Nakatani says, maybe we can all pitch in to buy the rights to Minecraft so we can listen to the music on stream. Yeah, I think that's going to cost you a few billion. It might be cheaper just to pay C418 to make a new album of Minecraft sounding music. Let me try something. Now, we're definitely not playing Nirvana. I don't know how audible that is. Mozart's piano sonatas. I don't know. Sita sings the blues. Is it singing? Yeah, I don't know that we can play that. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, we're indexing objects. Fantastic. We'll see how far we get. I mean, once we get through the initial channel build or Geeks build, hopefully, it won't take very long to get the system installed. Because last time it didn't take that long to do that part. It just took the longest time to get the initial Geeks pulled down. So I think, I mean, if we can get the thing installed, I don't know that I can get my Guix home config set up in the amount of time I have left, because I got like 20 minutes. There's enough apps to install in the Guix home config that it would probably take a while, so I don't think that's going to happen. But at least we can get the system booted, and that will be enough for me to start using it. And then I'll just finish the install myself before the stream tomorrow. Speaking of which, what should we do on the stream tomorrow? I haven't really thought about it too much yet. One thing I did think about is maybe talking about possible projects to work on future streams. But I'm not sure if that's going to be interesting enough. And there's something else too I was thinking about. Usually the process of coming up with a stream is just like I wait until the day of, and then whatever is on my mind, I just do a stream on it. Inferiors? Yeah, I don't know. Gun says, what about kicking off a new Emacs from scratch season? Maybe. I mean, that's not a bad idea. But I need to do it right. I haven't really prepared. I don't know if I want to do it completely from scratch, like not having any notes. Because the last time, like when I really did the Emacs from scratch the first time, like I was basically copying and pasting stuff from my own configuration to get started. And I think people didn't like that. So, yeah, I need to be a little bit prepared. I guess I have a little bit of time, but I don't know. I should probably think about that a bit more. But I do want to do that soon. And then make videos out of it. The Emacs from scratch pad. Oh boy, this is taking forever. I'm amazed that you've all stuck around watching this. Just a terminal screen and a person wearing a hat suffering. What about key maps? Maybe. I don't know. Is there a lot to say about key maps? That might be worth doing in Emacs from scratch. I guess what I wonder is, like, what would I do in the Emacs from scratch? I could go with like a full Vertigo, you know, consult, orderless, embark style setup. But I could do something that's a little bit more inbox. But I tried to do that last time, but I think I just went to like maybe I try to break it up into too many videos. Bruno says, the first Emacs from scratch series is the reason I'm here today. Probably a lot of people. And I'm kind of amazed at that just because it was very, very unplanned. I just started doing it. Piotr says, I would enjoy some new EXWM series. Yeah, the thing is, I don't use EXWM anymore. And I would only use something like that if it worked with Wayland. So the question then becomes, should I just start writing the Wayland version of EXWM on stream? Someone else has already started doing that. But I don't know that it's still being developed. Artem says, have you tried the Devil package? I don't know that I've tried that one. I know of it. I don't think I've tried it though. How is Nixed, by the way? I haven't tried Nixed in a while. Every time I try Nixed, there's something that just like... it just feels like it's not going to be smooth enough for my workflow. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. But I always come away with the impression that it's not really ready for me. Yash says, I think Minad of Vertigo and Consult fame is maintaining it. He's one of the maintainers for sure. He's contributing to the project. So at least on the X11, Xorg side, EXWM is in good shape because there's people actually working on it now. Boo says, does something like StumpWM exist for Wayland? There is a compositor called Mahogany, which is the port of StumpWM to Wayland. I don't know how far along it is. I'm just happy enough using Sway at the moment because I basically just have a full screen Emacs frame all day long and a full screen browser frame all day long. So I don't really need Emacs to do my Wayland window management because I don't really do anything that needs to have like an Emacs window with like a graphical window in it. So I don't know. For me, Sway is good enough for like 95% of what I need to do. Being able to configure things with Emacs is kind of nice, but we've already sort of demonstrated that you could do that with other videos, like streams, maybe 1 or 2 years ago. I think you could configure Sway with Emacs Lisp and live configure it even. I think it's totally possible to do that. It may be a little bit hacky, but it's definitely possible. Maybe that's a project too. I mean, just to see if it's possible to make an Emacs Lisp package that controls Sway, so that you can more or less automate Sway using Emacs. It's totally doable because you have Sway message. And just with that alone, you can touch all the configuration and make things happen. So it is definitely doable. Jabba says, recreate an EXWM-like experience with Emacs. Yeah. Gun says, just recycle your Magit videos. It started with installing use package, which is now included. Yeah. Monoid, I can't speak correctly right now. As much as I like Lisp, I still prefer Haskell for window manager. I feel like using Haskell for configuration syntax would be a pain, but maybe there's some benefit to it. Boo says, might have to look into that. I would probably use Guile instead though. Yeah, I actually did write something for that on a stream. I don't know if I ever checked it in anywhere. 0715C says, is there a way to inherit a package source field from a specific Guix commit? A package source field from a specific Guix commit. I mean, you just need to use an inferior for that, for sure. An inferior just for that package to get the Guix commit that has the package version that you want. Otherwise, just inherit from the package and set the source field yourself to the commit you want. Or use a package transform to set the commit. Come on now. I've got 10 minutes. Are you going to finish? Is it going to finish? Let me check on Twitch. Okay, got 8 people over on Twitch. That's cool. RetroPixel is over there. It's going to take a while. How did I not see? Oh, I guess I'm not watching Twitch chat, and it's not coming to IRC. So sorry for everybody who's been talking in Twitch chat and I haven't seen you. Are we getting there? Let me split the screen so you can see what's happening at the bottom. There you go. It's building Guix again? Yeah, apparently there's no way to get around that. Did I do something to make it stuck now? The 0% is a little bit ominous there. This mail says, did you try new coding LLMs? Which one? Elijah says, do you really have a SHA that's in the substitute servers? Yeah, I may not. I don't know how old this set of commits is. It may be old, so that might be my fault. Maybe I should have just used the whatever's latest. Should I just, How much time would it waste if I actually did this with the latest commits? I have not tried those LLMs. I haven't played with that many. CMAX says, might want to get top running. Oh yeah, maybe. Proced. It's doing something. Guile's running. It's compiling. So it must be doing something. Oh, I see 95 here now. Okay. Cool. Let's see if this finishes up soon. If it doesn't... Yeah. Okay, it said 100% and then went back down to 95. So now it's just toying with my emotions. It went to 100 and then now it's back just hanging out there at 95. What's going on? Pop this chat out. There we go. Come on, come on. You can do it. You can do it. You can get done. Then I saw it go back to 80 and then to 95 again. I have no idea what's happening. Keeps doing that. Okay, it must be doing other things in the background. Boo says, is there a nice way to keep channels consistent across systems? I check mine into my dotfiles repo. So I have a special script called update channels, which will pull the latest commits on all the channels that I use. And then once it's finished pulling those, it will use Guix describe to write out that channel configuration file to another file, actually the config/geeks/channels.scm file with the pinned commits for all the channels that I use, and I check that into source control. And then whenever I update my other machines, I just use that checked in file instead of the latest commits on all the channels. And that works pretty well for me. I don't update very frequently either, so my system stays pretty stable. That's the reason why all of these hashes are way out of date, because I probably update my Geek system once every, I don't know, 2 months or something. maybe longer. The amount of time it's taken to install this this system is not creating very good advertisement for geeks, I would say. I'm gonna have to bury the stream recording. Just kidding. Two months, that should be in the substitute servers? Maybe, I don't know. CMAX says, I updated yesterday, was happy to see Mesa at 24 and Blender at 3.6. Is that the latest version of Blender? Is Blender at 4 now? Or am I wrong about that? Do I use a lot of channels? No, I use, really I only use the Geeks and non-Geeks channels. I have my own other channel on the side, but I really shouldn't be using that because I have my own package definitions in my dotfiles folder, so I should probably just use that instead and not have a separate channel. Yeah, sometimes I use Blender from Flatpak so that I get the more recent version. I use it to edit videos, so it's pretty useful to have the latest stuff. The most recent Blender, the speed of rendering videos has increased significantly because there was some graphics developer who's like a game developer guy. He just decided to go and fix all the performance issues in how they render video, and it made a huge difference. So Blender 4 is awesome. Felipe says, do you use any non-free software in your Geeks installation? I mean, I use the non-free drivers and firmwares. I don't... The only non-free program that I can think of that I'm using, and I'm trying not to use it, is Bitwig Studio for audio. I'd rather just use free software for that. Beastwick says, shouldn't reinstalling Geeks be an easy process with the declared configuration? It is easy from the perspective of applying my existing config. The problem was that I followed one of the steps in the Geeks installation guide and the official guide, and it told me to do something that is actually broken right now. So we're having to do it over again. Is there a way to install packages from other distros in Geeks using Docker? Not really any other way. Boo says Ardor is cool, but I use Reaper myself. Reaper's great. I use Reaper a lot, probably about 10 years ago. I've jumped around between a lot of different DAWs. Ardor is pretty cool. I'm trying to use Z-Rhythm because it seems nice. This thing's not going to finish, is it? I guess it's building all the packages, right? All the Guile source files in the Geeks repo. Ah, that's right. Boo's correct. There is a Nix service where you can install. Sorry, I got distracted by something on my phone for a second. Okay. Flatpaks. Yeah, that's for installing programs for sure. Meta Package Manager, I think that's going to defeat the purpose of Geeks. I don't think that installing packages from other distros is going to be the solution. I think that packaging more software for Guix is going to be the solution, because you don't get the benefits of Guix if you start installing things from other distros. Even installing Flatpaks, you can't make a reproducible install of that either. You can't say I want version whatever on Flatpak, I don't think. So I think it's better to try to package as much stuff as possible in Guix, but it is you know, a little bit challenging sometimes to package things for Guix. Okay, finally, we're gonna get to the point where it's gonna give me an error saying that I forgot to put my configuration in the installation line. I still need to go back and do the Guix archive thing to put the key in, but I think I'm out of time. Yeah, okay, wrong number of arguments. There we go. Let me go check out my install.sh file. What I wanna do is copy the line up to, yeah, there's a package generator that is actually kind of a nice thing to have. If I go to eShell and paste this in weather Linux, it gave me that error that I saw before, which was very useful. Come on. Wait a second. I need to add the substitute URLs to that part as well. So let's just snag that right there. Oh. There we go. That's better. There it is. I just need this line here. And to paste that in, and then drop this EOF. Oh, what happened? Drop this EOF back down. What? Oh, okay, fine. Let's go back to ANSI term. There we go. Okay, and now I should be able to run the full system install. What a nightmare. Okay, so I have no more time because I have to go and pick up my kid from school. So we're unfortunately not going to see the completion of the installation today, but it will be done before tomorrow because I don't have a choice. I have to have my computer working for the stream tomorrow. So we will see how I fare by the time of the stream tomorrow. Tomorrow the stream will be at the usual time. The stream today was at a different time because it's more convenient for me during the day. So when we're doing the regular streams during the week, maybe let's say 3-4 times a week, it will be more around this time. So anyway, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate those of you who stuck around the whole time and helped me out and gave me advice, because obviously it takes a whole team of people to install Guix with the wrong configuration. But yeah, hope I see some of you tomorrow in the stream. I don't know what it's going to be about yet, but you'll find out about it as soon as I figure it out. So anyway, thanks you all for being here, and until next time, happy hacking. See ya.